Updating the Boss ES-8 effects switching system to version 2, and also installing the new ES-8 editor. Firstly, we need to download the for the relevant operating systems the correct files, which you can find here. It's part 1. What you'll need to update your ES-8, you can see the ES-8 USB MIDI interface. I'm using the Roland Studio Capture. If you've downloaded the update or the SMF player for Windows or Mac, you should have downloaded that previously, and a MIDI cable, part 2. As a brief overview of the procedure, so I've downloaded the version 2 update file. I've got my Studio Capture. I have now connected the a MIDI from the MIDI out, a MIDI cable, and I've connected the 2 directly to the MIDI in of the ES-8 part 3. We need to hold down, while the ES-8 is powered off, display exit and the right arrow button. Hold those 2 down. While we're doing that, we're going to need to switch the power of the ES-8 on, which I'm going to do now. It's part 4. So when you hold down display exit, the right arrow button, and you plug the power of the ES-8 in while holding these down, you should see that screen saying it's ready to update. Part 5. Previously you've downloaded the ES-8 version 2 driver, and the update, the SMF player update. So what we need to do now is we need to double click on this, the update SMF. That's the screen that we should see now. So we need to select our interface, or USB interface, which I'm using a Studio Capture. We need to check where we downloaded the ES-8 version 2 update files to. So I literally just extracted them into a folder called Boss on the desktop. It's quite easy to find. So what I will do now is I'll click Path. There we go. So here's Boss. That's my folder there. OK. And what I will do then is I will put scan. Okay, so now we can see the update files there. So if you've followed all the procedures correctly, what we do now is we press send. I think that's part 6. Once the update's completed, you should see this. Okay, so now I'm going to switch off the power and then do a check to make sure that version 2 is showing on the ES-8. This is what it looks like on the ES-8. I think that's meant to say OK just before we power this down now, and then we'll do we'll restart it and check the version. So now we're going to make sure that our ES-8 has been updated to version 2. So if you followed all the previous instructions correctly, literally that's what you do. So what we do is we hold down the edit button and connect the AC adapter, and it should come up version 2. Let's have a look. Okay, so I can't actually do this with my hand and hold the phone at the same time, so I'm gonna hold the edit button down and plug in the AC adapter, and then I'll show you the screen. Here we go. So if you followed all them instructions previously, hold down the edit button while inputting the AC adapter. You should get a screen that looks like that. ES-8 has been updated
to version 2 firmware. Enjoy!
Once we've updated the Boss ES-8 to version 2, it's now time to install the new ES-8 editor. So make sure you download the files and follow these instructions. For Windows users and for Mac users. I'm now going to show you the screen or the download, the place where you can download the files. This is the Boss Global page where you can find the updates for ES-8 version 2 and also the editor software which I'm installing on a Windows operating system. So if you follow the instructions over updating ES-8 to version 2, you should already have one of the MIDI cables connected from your audio interface into ES-8. So we need to add the next MIDI now, or cable. At the moment I'm using a studio capture, and you can now see I've also got the 2 MIDI cables plugged in. So you can actually see there that's how you connect your MIDI cables. And there we go. Roughly see where the MIDI cables go in the ES-8. Let's start the editor. So I've double clicked on the ES editor installer. Let's take you through. Why not? Okay, it's set up. Let's launch the program. So if you correctly followed the instructions previously, you should see the ES-8 editor brand new showing on your laptop screen. First thing we need to do, on the left hand side, you know, across to option, and then we need to make sure we select our device or USB audio interface. You can see I'm using a studio capture. So MIDI in, MIDI out, studio capture, connect. Okay, cool. Doesn't take that long to do. So, there you go. That's how to update or install the ES-8 editor on your laptop to use with your Boss ES-8 that's just been updated to version 2 software. Enjoy.